November 28, 1978 was the last day this woman, Buscarita Roa, saw her son and his wife. She spent the next 22 years searching for the couple's daughter, Claudia, Roa's granddaughter.
Since then, it's been 9 years now. We've had restitution and a beautiful reestablishment of our relationship.
Roa was able to find her granddaughter thanks to the work of Las Abuelas de Plaza de Mayo. These women are known for their tireless search for the grandchildren they lost during Argentina's military dictatorship from 1976 to 1983. It was during this time that the government kidnapped, tortured, and murdered thousands of people for their anti-government activities. 500 of those were pregnant women. Estela de Carlotto, the president of Las Abuelas, has been with the organization since it began in 1977. The death squads kidnapped and later murdered Carlotto's pregnant daughter, Laura. The military gave her baby, and many others, to couples sympathetic to the regime. Carlotto is still searching for the son Laura had in captivity.
Robbing babies is a crime, a grave crime of humanity. Time doesn't solve it.
For Roa, finding her granddaughter eased the pain caused by the death of her son and his wife.
It was a great joy to find my granddaughter, but I also had to wait a long time for my granddaughter to draw closer to me until we could hug and talk.
In the early years, the abuelas sought out the grandchildren using relatives' DNA. Today, these grandchildren often realize themselves that the puzzle pieces of their lives just don't quite fit, so they come to Las Abuelas for answers. It's exciting each time the group finds another grandchild, especially for the grandmother.
For the grandma, it's a moment of tremendous excitement because she's found what she's been looking for so many years, and furthermore, they look like her son or daughter.
Carlotto has yet to experience that personally, but hope keeps her going. Although Roa found her granddaughter, she continues to help others find that missing part of their lives.
They helped me find my granddaughter, and it's only right that I help those grandmothers who haven't found their grandchildren.
These two women work day after day to help others like them seek restitution for their children who were so cruelly erased from their lives, and to find the grandchildren some of them have never seen. This man is found grandchild number 78. Juan Cabandier was born in a prison cell 32 years ago. Juan's parents, Damien and Alicia, were among the thousands of people seized by the government during Argentina's military dictatorship. The 17-year-old Alicia was pregnant with Juan. 20 days after he was born, soldiers took Juan from his mother, who he would never see again.
There are no traces of my mom, the same as every pregnant woman and most of the people who went through that detention center. She's disappeared, the same as my dad.
Inside one of the main secret detention centers that Argentines refer to as ESMA, Juan's mother, along with up to 5,000 others, were detainees during the 7.5 years of the military dictatorship. A police officer and his wife illegally adopted Juan. The people involved in the disappearance and probable death of his biological parents were the ones he'd call Mom and Dad for the next 26 years.
Y además yo tenía durante esos años, que fueron 26 años que yo viví con una identidad falsa.
During those 26 years in which I lived with a false identity, I had many uncertainties, emotional instabilities, and at some point I started to try and figure out why I was so anguished, so depressed, so emotionally unstable.
That's when Juan came to Las Abuelas de Plaza de Mayo, a group dedicated to helping Juan and others like him find their true identities. A DNA test would change his life forever. Estela de Carlotto is the president of Las Abuelas and says it's not easy to learn the life you've known is a lie.
La respuesta del niño, cuando era pequeño, era de dolor, de shock.
The response of the child when they were young is of pain, shock, when they found out that their mother and father were not their real parents, that they had other parents, that they had another grandmother looking for them.
For Juliana Garcia, the search has been to find her missing sister. Juliana was just 3 when the death squads killed her father and took her pregnant mother. In February of 2009, the search was finally over.
I found her. I still can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's wonderful.
One can relate to the joy Juliana feels. It's been 6 years since he met his real family for the first time, and he says there's such a relief in finally having found the truth.
Y además de la felicidad por haber encontrado mi verdad.
Ultimately, if I hadn't found it, I would still be in a sea of doubt, of uncertainty. So it was an extra happy moment to know my origins, the triumph of the truth, and to meet my family.
Now a city councilman in Buenos Aires, Juan has created a new life for himself. He no longer associates with what he refers to as his fake parents and refuses to even speak the name they gave him. Each of the 101 found grandchildren has his or her own story about dealing with the truth. And Las Abuelas is hoping to help some 400 other young adults learn who they really are and come to grips with the heart-wrenching changes that reality brings about.